Hello friends, a very happy, joyful and a day full of vibrant energy. In our last video, we had discussed as to how important it is to maintain a steady and a smooth flow of energy for the various important life processes going on inside our body. This brings us to another very important factor, that is the generation of energy in our body. The generation of energy within our body depends upon the food choices that we make. It also depends upon the external and internal environment which it gets once it enters our system. If we eat a plant-based diet with seasonal foods of local produce, it puts the minimum stress on our digestive system to digest and absorb the essential nutrients into our bloodstream. Now, these essential nutrients are inclusive of both macronutrients like carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, as well as micronutrients like vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. Absorption and assimilation of these micronutrients into our bloodstream and then onto our cell depends upon the mental and emotional environment that we provide for the metabolic process, which will convert these nutrients into energy. With the best of food choices that we might have made, with the best of routine that we might have followed, it is equally essential to pay attention to the mental and emotional environment of our system. If we eat in a rush, or our attention is on the television, or we are speaking over the mobile, in short, if we are not mindful of what is going inside our body, it has a direct and adverse effect on the metabolic process. Whenever we eat in a rush, we forget to chew well. This doesn't allow the food to get broken into smaller particles. Breaking into smaller particles is important for the food to mix with saliva, and this not only eases the swallowing of food, but it also marks the first step in the digestion, which begins in the mouth itself. Similarly, whenever we eat under stress, it adversely affects the hormonal as well as the enzymatic release of many digestive juices, which are a very essential part of the metabolic process. Now, this compromised metabolic process also compromises the generation of energy, and due to the faulty metabolic activity, the body might convert the food that you eat into fat instead of converting into energy. We have very often wondered that we've been eating the right food at right time, yet we are not able to shed those extra kilos, or our body is continuing to store fat. After having understood all these factors which are involved in the generation of energy, we would all agree that it is well worth the time and the effort to follow these guidelines and optimize our productivity. With the increase in the physical energy, the mental and the emotional health also gets positively affected, and it reflects on our overall mental, emotional, and social health. I have discussed ways and means of converting this knowledge into doable meal patterns in my two recently posted post on my FB page, The Essence of Good Health. Give you to share all your queries and concerns so that we can together handle them in the best possible ways, best suitable for you.